we have Donald Keats III! I'm real proud of Donald. Donald's now a Knight Junior yellow belt. Hey! Give him a big round! All right, what is special about Donald in class? What is the unique thing about Donald? There's one unique thing. What is it? What?
He always does push-ups in the middle of class, sir.
Oh yeah, man, that's for no reason. I look over, Donald's like cranking them out. 1, 2, 3. Donald, why are you doing push-ups? Getting better, sir, getting better. Yeah. Rock it, man, rock it. Give some more energy. I got one more thing for you, man. There we go. There you go. Now you take it away. Awesome testing. He's now a ninth recommended yellow belt. Give him a big round. You rock! High five. Yeah! Justice de la Cruz! Justice had an awesome testing too. He's now a ninth recommended yellow belt! You rock! Man, extreme ninja style. James Hamilton! Okay, so, and James, for some odd reason, we didn't get your picture test, and I don't know, it was one of those coupons. So I don't have a certificate in here for you because we didn't get your picture, but no worries, before you leave, take the picture, get your certificate. Okay? Yes, sir? Tell him, Mike, up. Okay, what's the unique thing about James in class? Who tells you about James in class? What is it? Come on, you know what it is. Come on, what is it? What is it, James?
Can I try my best?
Yes, because he tries his best.
Yeah.
Give him a big round! You rock! I'm real proud of Terry. You got a night decided yellow belt. That's not what else I'm going to say. Because as you know, the Family Martial Arts Center is the 2013 Kick Out Champion! Come on, we're bringing it, man. We're bringing it. And our adult division smoked them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like the Miami Heat playing our sisters of the Poor University. We smoked them. What'd you get, Turner? What'd you get?
First place in forms, first place in continuous, or scoring for second place in continuous.
Yeah!
White belts that tested that did not get there. Oh wait, sorry, James. Here, come back. Here it is. Sorry. It's somebody else. Yeah, it's not you, buddy. It's somebody else. Take that. Come on, you can get it.
James.
My bad.
All right, James!
Yeah, let me get on with that. me that empty one back. Just right thing, wrong person. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, what do I got? My little box down here. Let's see. Here. Liliana Martinez. Liliana, early test. It was your picture I didn't get. That's it. Don't worry, I'll get your picture. Actually, I got your picture. No, I didn't. Anyway, that's okay. So I'm going to give you this. Doesn't have your certificate in it. Okay, but I'll get that certificate to you. Okay? And if you notice, she is recommended, which means, of course, no black stripe. Well, she went from recommended to 8 decided. That's a 3-step jump. Give Liliana. Okay, we're getting the orange one, right? Madison Gunn. Madison has the dubious distinction of being one of the fun students that I like to teach because last year, this time she was this tall, and now she's this tall. So a year from now, because every time you grow, you have to adjust your technique. Every single time you grow, you're in a forward stance, and you're like, this is a good forward stance, and you teach yourself this is a good forward stance. And then 6 months later, it's not because you're this much taller. And then you go, this seems strange. Okay, by the time you get used to this forward stance, you're this much taller, and then this seems strange. Then you do it again. So don't worry, I know that. I understand. How tall is she going to be anyway? How old are you? 12. Well, real proud of Madison. She's now a 7th recommended Kelly Greenbelt. Give her a hand! Abigail God! So, do you guys, wait, there's 3 of you at home. You guys ever work out together? Tell the truth. Do you ever work out together? Jim, they ever work out together?
Sir, I work them hard.
Oh, okay, good. Good. Well, I'm real proud of Abigail. She had an awesome testing. She is now the 7th decided Kelly Greenbelt. I'm missing the belt here. I'm missing the belt. Oh, well, that's all right. It's okay. It's just life. That's all. That's life. Because Brianna Hindler! No, I'm not missing it. At least I can do that with your certificate. Okay. So Brianna was one of the Kit Cup champions. So tell them what you did. Tell them.
I came in 5th place in forms, and I came in 2nd in sparring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very I'm sorry, Brianna, I don't have my green belt for you, but I do have your certificate. And I got, let's see. No, I do have one more thing. You jumped over green belt. You are deciding camelman! Amanda Passwater! Amanda's part of our after-school program and then part of our summer camp program. So since we don't have a lot of time we can deal with, tell them basically how hard I get to work you guys in class.
We do
That's a good description. So,
Yeah.
but see, the way I explain it to them, it's like going to the bank. If you put $50 in the bank and you go to the bank and you try to pull out 100, you can't do that because you didn't put enough in. You go to the bank, you put in 500, and try to pull out 1,000, you can't. You didn't put enough in. So when you go to the Taekwondo bank, you can only get out what you put in. So particularly in those classes, right? And all that hard work paid off because, as you notice, she's a recommended belt. She had a 3-step jump. She's now a 6-decided candidate. Sean came to us in summer camp last year from another school, and he was a green belt. And I said, well, you can keep your green belt, but you can't test until you know all of our curriculum from white up to green belt, because it's different, obviously. In other words, you got to be able to do it. And that's saying a lot because he'd already gone through all the things at his school to be green belt, then have to redo it again, and then watch other people that you're in class with work as hard as you, and they get to test and get a new belt, but you don't get to because you don't know the stuff yet. I mean, it's hard for anybody, particularly when you're young. But to Sean's credit, he stuck it out over summer camp. At the end of summer camp, he knew the curriculum. He's been working hard ever since. I'm real proud of him, and because of that, he's now a 5th decided blue belt. Dan Alvarez! Mr. Dan is a man that obviously needs no introduction, because everybody here knows well who Mr. Dan is and what he does and what he represents. And I like telling this story, and I guess this is one of those stories I'm just going to be retelling for a long time. Because Dan just one day walked in the door. I'm just standing here. He walks in the door. He said, Master, we're here to sign up. I said, well, Dan, nice to meet you. But, introductory thing. No, you don't understand. I'm ready to make a change in my life. I want to make a change in my life. I'm not here for an intro class. I want to sign up. Okay, so he comes in, he signs up, he gets super dedicated, and has changed changed a lot of his life circumstances that he wanted to change. But we had the extra benefit, which neither one of us knew, that he had instructor qualities. And when you say Mr. Dan is a really good-hearted, good-natured, fun to be around instructor, can you guys say that? Mr. Dan is still responsible, though. 1 step, sparring, I like you, but if you flop in testing, what happens?
No change,
No,
sir.
that's right. It has nothing to do with it. So I'm very happy for Dan, because he is now a 3rd decided brown belt. What does this mean next testing?
Board breaking, sir.
I got a surprise for you on board breaking.
Oh, you did? You raised your hand?
No?
Jacob Flop. Jacob's from the Okay, Jacob had an awesome testing, and it gets really hard, really hard at that rank. I'm super proud of him. He's super dedicated. He was one of my kids' college's kids. 3 years? How long was this? But about 3 years. 3 years. And 3 years, 3 years of dedication to anything is asking a lot of anybody at any age. And the one thing I like about Jacob's had since day one is a great attitude. And with a great attitude, you can fly to the moon, you can cure cancer, you can create the world's fastest automobile, and you certainly will be a 1st decided black belt one day. And he is now a 2nd decided red belt! Joseph Real. Joe, it's 3 years for you too. Where's your mom?
September. Will be
September's gonna be 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so same. Actually, since just like Jason, day one, great attitude, great work ethic. When he's here, he works really, really, really hard. And everybody. And when I had belt ceremony was at Fairmont on Wednesday night, and I went there for their belt ceremony. One of the things I talked to them about is that nobody walks in that door by accident. You know, everybody comes into a martial arts school because they want something that's on the martial arts table. You know, they look at it, whether it be physical fitness, self-defense, camaraderie, personal goal setting, whatever. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So everybody comes in and they look for what it is that they instinctively know they need, and everybody knows that, by the way. And if you find a place where that thing exists, well, then you decide to stick it out. And black belt journey's hard. I mean, it's really, really hard, particularly when you get around, you know, brown belt, red belt, then black belt. It gets harder, it gets harder, it gets harder, it gets harder. It's like somebody just like turning the wheel a little bit tighter, you know, and then putting fire on your feet when you're right on the floor. And only hard work, perseverance, and dedication is ever going to make you first decided black belt. One of his gifts was his physical ability. One of the things that I talked to his mom about when I wanted to see happen to him get off the martial arts table was taking it a little more serious and changing his attitude, which he did do, by the way. I mean, he did do that. Okay, so I was proud of him for that. And Joseph is going to learn right now that the right attitude and the right work ethic can bring you fantastic things in life, because he skipped over red belt and is now a first. Bobby Scary! Another one of my kids' college kids. 4 years for you now, or 5?
5.5, sir.
5.5 years. 5.5 years. And he's I mean, you could tell by looking at Bobby, he's a highly trained, conditioned athlete, because Bobby every year takes a siesta to play football. You know? So he's, I mean, you can tell. I mean, he looks like an animal. I mean, you just walk up to him on the street and go, dude, man, you're an animal. You should be playing football. So Bobby leaves us for a while and he goes to play football. What is your position?
I play the offensive line, sir, and I'm a right guard.
Offensive line, which is a hard offensive position. That's a hard position because you're up against some really big dudes.
Yes, sir, I'm the smallest lineman on our team.
Right.
So,
The county, end of the state. So this cross conditioning has paid off wonders for Bobby. And this is one of the joys of being an instructor too. I use the metaphor of the egg. Well, I'm the chicken that lays that egg, you know, and then I get to look at it, I get to stare at it, I get to take care of it, and then I get to see the chicken come out. It was real exciting for me. Plus, I get to see, you know, children Bobby's age grow up, and it's really cool for me because one of the things my thing I most enjoy the most, I'll just spit it out, is that I know that Bobby can never forget me his whole life, no matter what he does, his whole life. He cannot forget me. You cannot forget your first martial arts instructor. There's no way you can do it. So what it means is, Bobby leaves and Parker hires him, and he's the associate producer director of IBM. And I don't see Bobby for 30 years, and I walk in the building. Of course, I'll be 30 years older, but you recognize me as Master Wayne. What are you going to do? What are you going to say?
Hi.
See what I mean? So it's a real special feeling for me to be a part of his life, knowing that I'm a part of his life, and that everybody he doesn't know this, but I know this, that everybody in his future, and yours too for that matter, everybody in his future wife, his future in-laws, his future kids are going to directly benefit from his martial arts training. Because like I said, it turns you into a bigger, better person. So in part, I get to be responsible for some of the good things that come from him in the future, and that makes me feel good. That's why I'm an instructor. And that's why I push you so hard. A very special day for Bobby, because he has finally got his first recommended. Okay, first recommended black belt is a wonderful achievement, but think of it in college like you're going for a master's and you completed all your course requirements, but I need your thesis. You gotta have that in my hand. You don't get your master's degree until I get my thesis. So right now, from where you are to first decided black belt, you're gonna write your thesis. You're gonna, for the next 4 months, you're gonna prove to me and to everybody in this room and yourself, and more importantly yourself, that you have what it takes. So that means we think you have what it takes. But now, the rest is up to you. That's the goal. The fancy uniform with all the frills and fancy writing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The fancy certificate. Oh, which might have one of those for you too. This isn't the fancy one. That comes later.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's give Bobby another big round of applause. Everyone here. Thank you for interviewing me. Mason Anthony. Mason is obviously one half of the Mason brothers. I mean the Mason brothers.
Did it again.
Yeah, I know. What are you going to do? Anthony brothers. And he's also rated first in the state in freestyle. So, of course, his brother was first in the state in free sparring last year, so obviously they've been free sparring each other quite a bit in the last couple of years. But that's not why I'm proud of Mason. You know, I like competition. Tournaments are great. They're great fun, and I do them because they're fun. And that's the only reason I do them is because they're fun. And the only place they have in this school is to be something that's fun, like going to a picnic, or going to the beach, or going to a birthday party. You know, and not that it's not important. Of course it can be important, but it's not the main thing. The main thing in this school is to produce high-quality black belts. If you're a tournament champion or not is irrelevant. You can go from white belt to first side black belt and never even set foot in the tournament. You know, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that when you finally get first decided black belt, you're the kind of person we want to represent the school, and you want to be the kind of person to represent yourself as a black belt. In addition to all the physical stuff too. There's a lot of stuff you've got to know to be a black belt. It doesn't come easy. So, and Mason started his journey first, I think. Park, you came afterwards, right?
Yes, sir.
You came afterwards. And they've had, and this is other, see, I know all this stuff you don't know yet. That's so cool to me. Is that the thing, like, remember when your mom and dad used to tell you stuff? And then you got older and you're like, whoa, man, they were geniuses. Is that?
Could you say that again, please?
Yes. Your mom and dad,
Very loudly, directly in front.
when your mom and dad talk to you and tell you stuff, listen, they're telling you the truth. Do what they tell you to do. Okay. All right. They just didn't fall off the turnip truck. Okay? All right. So, is that there is, well, anyway, there's a special bond with me and my father having gone through martial arts together. A lot of you already know that. And then I like to, that is the best part of my martial arts past, is that all those memories, I get, and those memories, see, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it the right way. And I use this metaphor in class the other night, is that every time you have a special experience in class, it can be anything. It can be an aha moment. All of a sudden you're stretching better, you're kicking better, you learn a new form, whatever. It's like a diamond you get to put in your cigar box. And the fun thing about a cigar box is you can open it up and take those diamonds out, look at them anytime you want, and then put them back in, shut the lid. So I can, in my mind, go back to all these things that we did together, the tournaments my dad used to go to me, and I'm going to tell you one, oh yeah, we got time. If you didn't, I'll tell you anyway. I'm going to tell you one cool story about my dad, since it's relative to this, is that my dad and I used to go to tournaments together too. My dad used to compete. And at the time my dad was 48, and I was 13, 14, something like that. And we were green belts. I was 13. We were green belts, and we went to a tournament in Madison, Wisconsin. I used to travel all over the tournaments. Anyway, the story is, in those days, there were no protection. There were no helmets, there were no hand and feet. It was just mono or mono. The only thing you had was a cup, and that's it. You better have a cup. You know, you're going to pay a heavy price. And anyway, so my dad is fighting, he's a green belt, he's fighting a brown belt. The brown belt's really good. So he's 48, the guy across him is 48 to 50 or whatever. And it's a really good fight, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And this guy makes a mistake and punches my dad real hard. He goes, boy, my dad was a pretty big guy. Good. Boom! Like that. And hit my dad in the chest. And this was a touch contact tournament. It wasn't full contact, but he really socked. He hit him so hard he broke his ribs, and you heard crack, you know? Boom! And you heard my dad's ribs go like that. And I'm sitting there watching this, okay? And I knew what was going to happen next. Because my dad turned around and his face went bright red. He looked at me, they looked at him, and he just walked back out of the ring. He didn't rub it. He didn't do anything. He just went like this, and they said begin, and he kicked him in the groin as hard as he could. BAM! Boom! Oh! And my dad looked at the judge and goes, guess I'm disqualified. And then he looked at me and he winked like that. Oh, that's so great. That was so great. That was great. Anyway, so there's lots more besides that. This is one of my favorites. So what I'm trying to say is that what you guys don't know is obviously you're brothers and you love each other and you would love each other regardless of being in martial arts together. But this is so special. Later on, 30 years from now, you guys are sitting around your Thanksgiving table with your grandkids, probably, and you're going to be telling Master Wayne stories. Parker, you remember when Master Wayne did this? And Parker would be, yeah, you remember when Master Wayne did that? And Mason would go, do you remember when Dan did this? And you would say, yeah, I remember when Dan did that. But do you remember when Morgan did this? Morgan's not here. You understand what I'm saying? All these things, all these diamonds that you put in the cigar box, and that's what life is all about. Those special kind of memories, this is one of those things, too. So, Mason got a no change a couple testings ago. I said, man, put the pedal to the metal. He's in the Black Belt Club, which means he's been staring at his belt up there for the last 3 years. So now he's got to cut it down because he's now a first weight this belt's dirty because we don't clean those belts. I told you, you don't ever wash your belt. So that thing, that dust that's liquid, that's powder awesome right there. It's powdered awesome. Feels good to have that finally, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
But you know what next testing is going to be like, right?
Yes, sir.
Easier or harder?
A lot harder.
By what factor? Say 10.
10.
Very good. Okay.
Good job,
Give us some
Yeah.
Parker Anthony! Parker's one. All right. So since I shared that story with you, I can share another story with you. Here we are at the state championship last year, and Parker's smoking everybody, man. So who does he get in the finals? First and second place? Mason. Mason wins! Win it state?
No, it's regional, sir.
Oh, my bad. All right, regional. Regional state, same thing. Anyway. So anyway, Mason wins, gets a gold medal, gets a silver. Not a bad day. So his next private lesson, Parker walks in the door. He's like this. No, you be me. So he walks in the door. I said, all right, Parker, you have any preferences on your private lesson tonight? Master Wayne, I am tired of losing to Mason. I'm tired of losing to Mason. Let's do sparring. I'm never going to lose to Mason again.
A little bit, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure you did. I remember it. So I'm thinking, poor Mason. I got to show him all my secret ninja skills now. But obviously it paid off because, see, there you go, right? It's just like out of the frying pan into the fire. It's like 2 peas in the pod, right? Okay, so, but that's his intensity level, because he was one of the most unintense students I ever had. You remember him in the beginning? He's like Mr. Sad Sack, face on the ground, walking around like he lost his best friend. Oh, my parents are making me come to martial arts. See, your parents know what they're doing. Right? Again, they know what they're doing. When they talk to you, do what they say. And, well, I guess it all paid off. He's now first decided life.
Martial arts for life, sir.
Martial arts for life.
Yeah.
Give him a big round of applause.
Good job.
What, you thirsty?
Hard, sir.
What?
No.
You don't get a phone.
Oh.
Sorry, I just said you get your certificate.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were listening. What was I going to say now? I was going to say something really cool. Oh! The best description I have of where Parker is right now is what I want you guys to remember. The best description I have of where you are in life is that becoming a black belt is like sharpening a pencil, but being a black belt is like learning how to write. 99.9% of all the experiences I've had in martial arts, everything came after the rank of black belt. Only 0.1% of my experiences exist from white to black, which is another way of saying that being a black belt isn't just about kicking and punching in this building, because everywhere I go, I'm a black belt. You know, I don't leave and all of a sudden I transform into somebody else. I'm the same person. So this represents me. This is who I am. This is my heritage. This is me. This represents me. So I've got to be a black belt out there as well as a black belt in here. And that's learning how to write. Now, I'm going to make mistakes, of course. Nobody's perfect. I certainly don't claim to be perfect. But if you think about it, if I think about the quality of the black belts this school has produced, there's not a single one of them that I don't consider part of my family. No matter how long ago it was, and no matter if I never see them again, they're always part of my family and always will be. So you're in the club.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, now that the part that I've been waiting for, we're going to have the really cool trophy! Okay, here we go. Can't give that one out, that's nice. In no particular order, outstanding one steps, and if I call your name, you'll stand right there, goes to Parker Anthony! Here we go. Very good. And give some more energy. In no particular, outstanding sparring goes to Parker Anthony!
Good job, Parker.
There we
Good
go.
job, buddy.
Outstanding GPA. obviously the ones with the scores are the scores. You know, normally I'd have scores to compare to, but since it's me, I gotta trust myself. So there you go. There's a couple of them that are not based. You know, GPA is a great point average. So attitude is something completely different. Attitude is becoming a black belt from the inside out, which is basically what everybody does anyway. But sometimes an attitude is just so outstanding that that we have to recognize it. And this is going to Anthony DeSalvo! Those of you know, I've known Anthony a long time. That's Anthony up there in that picture up there, 2009, when he tested for Little Ninja Black Belt. So he's a Little Ninja Black Belt and very close to a traditional Black Belt. So he's going to have 2 black belts by the time he is, how are you?
11, sir.
By the time he's 11, 12,
Yeah.
the latest. 2 black belts. I
Awesome.
don't know what you were doing when you were 12 years old, but I was watching Spider-Man on TV and playing the electro-shot shooting gallery. I wasn't doing anything as cool as this. But the one thing I've always admired about Anthony is and you guys know what I'm talking about because you worked out with him plenty, is Anthony is intense.
Yeah.
He don't play. Anthony don't play. He's in this building, let's work it. Let's go. Let's do it. That's right. Isn't that his attitude?
That's right.
Anthony don't play. So what that tells me is I don't know when you grow up and become, well, when he grows up and becomes a man, I don't know what you're going to do with your life, or what your profession is or whatever. But I know that you are going to be the world's best, whatever it is. Because if you're 12 years old and you got that attitude, I want to be your best friend. So let's give him a big round of applause. Okay, no particular order. Outstanding attendance. That's easy. No. No, it's not Dan. This goes to, he's not here, Noriel. Noriel can't be here because he's on vacation. You get an attendance award and you're not here. Okay. He probably won't get it the next testing. Well, he'll get the DVD. So let's give Noriel a big round of applause. You rock! Okay, put that away. Outstanding, most improved. Most improved basically is how I feel in this testing about a person, how much they've improved physically, and of course emotionally and maturely. I don't know if you say it, from one testing to the next. And this award's going to Jake How we doing, Rock? Outstanding after-school student. Now, because well, of course we don't have after-school now, but I have a lot of kids in the after-school program, and they're not eligible for the attendance program because they got to be here, whether they want to be or not. So it's not really fair. So the students attesting in the after-school program, I give an after-school outstanding student award based on not their attendance, because again they have to be here, but just based on their overall attitude and how they integrate themselves in the class and all that other stuff. And this is going to Amanda! Outstanding forms goes to
Parker.
Drummer. We have a Hindra! And give us more energy. And best overall score. This is the person who took all their scores and averaged them. And this was really close. But I had to go with my gut instinct. You know, because numerically it was like, anyway, it is what it is. Best overall score going to Brianna Hendra! Okay. That's it. So, go ahead. Before you guys leave, once again, I want you to thank Ms. Kirsten and myself, the staff, Mr. Dan. Thank you so much for choosing us as your martial arts school. It's an honor and a privilege. I pinch myself every day how lucky I am. It's just such a wonderful thing. And we really appreciate your support. I'll be around for photos. We'll take pictures, Mr. Dan, whatever, it's fine. I'm not chasing you out. You can hang out if you want to. I really appreciate you coming. So what I want you guys to do right now is stand up and say, yes, sir.
Sir.
Turn around and face your families because nobody gets the black belt by themselves. It takes a family to raise a black belt. Give your families a big round of applause. Give a round of cheers. Very good. All right, turn face direct. Say, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we're going to bow out. Bounce out.
Chop, chinye. Chinye.
Turn and face first side black belt, Mr. A.
Yay!
Pull out.